Hey, how's it going? It's your boy Henny, and welcome back to the channel yet again. As always, how are you doing? How are you feeling? How's the family? How's your mom? How's your dad? How's your brother? How's your sister? But we are not going to dwell too much on that because yet again we are going to be hanging out, kicking back, relaxing, and we're going to be diving into some more stories. So you already know the rules, you already know what it is. We're going to sit here, we're going to read these stories, and we're going to decide together using our common reasoning and our big brains.
What do you mean by that?
Universe's biggest brains. This is Dawn. This is Tom. This is Big Brain.
We are going to decide if these people are the asshole, aren't the asshole, or maybe somewhere in between. But without further ado, let's dive into our first story. Me and two other guys share an apartment together and we split all the bills. The only thing we don't split costs on is the groceries. Everyone's in charge of buying their own food and we don't touch whatever doesn't belong to us in the fridge. We put our names on everything so no one gets mixed up. This issue has been going on for almost a year and I'm very sick of it. One of my roommates, R, I guess we could call R, Rudy.
It's been a disappointment.
Okay, so Rudy keeps stealing my food. I get home from work and containers of my leftovers are sometimes missing. Even though they have my name written on it. Or my stuff finishes too quick.
A gallon of milk, for example.
I buy almond milk because I like the taste, but it seems to finish after a week, even though I've only drank once or twice.
Suspicious. That's weird.
I confronted R about this lots of times, and that caused a lot of arguments. He outright denies it and tells me I'm crazy, even though it's obvious. My other roommate and I carpool together because we both work the same early morning shifts around the same area, so I know it's not him.
Not that I'm him.
It's always after we get back home, and Rudy's already left for work, that I notice my food's gone. My roommate also had a similar problem, but not as often as I do. I'm guessing because Rudy doesn't like what he buys. The funny thing is, Rudy buys a lot for himself and is even more stingy about his food. He will literally point out what's his when he comes back from the grocery shopping and tells us not to touch it. Last week my milk was nearly empty again and I got fed up. I went to the liquor store and bought regular dairy milk. I drank what was left of my almond milk and refilled the gallon with the one I bought. This was to catch or prove that Rudy is the one stealing since he's lactose intolerant. The next day, Saturday, we got back from work and Rudy is pissed. He yelled at me that he was stuck in the bathroom for 40 minutes with diarrhea because of my milk.
Happy poopy time.
He was using it to make a shake. I only responded with, "So then you're the one who's been stealing it."
Stop right there, criminal scum! Nobody breaks the law on my watch! I'm confiscating your stolen goods. Now pay your fine, or it's off to jail.
He frickin' exploded. Yeah, he admitted he was sometimes drinking my milk and eating my food, but he was more mad that I switched milks than the fact that he was caught. I told him I wouldn't have done it if he would have just stopped taking my stuff from the fridge, or at least told the truth instead of trying to make it seem like I was making it up.
Liar, liar, plants for hire.
It's pants on fire, Patrick.
Well, you would know. Liar.
My roommate backed me up and thought it was kind of funny he got payback for stealing from us. It's a little tense right now and my roommate told me Rudy is trying to convince him to agree to kick me out. Little does he know we're both looking to move somewhere else together because we are sick of it. I told some buddies what happened and a few think I was an asshole for that. I feel like I'm not in the wrong here. He was taking my food and not even owning up to it, and I wanted to prove it. Does that make me the asshole? Let's get one thing straight. You definitely are not the asshole, and I think that everybody in this comment section would definitely agree with me, unless if you only got half a brain.
Sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face. What about buttered sausage?
That's not your jam. It's not your thing. You don't like it?
It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.
I mean, I don't know how you guys feel with the economy going on today.
Oh my God, like, can we talk about, like, the political and economic state of the world right now?
Oh my God, like, can we talk about, like, the political and economic state of the world right now?
Well, what the hell?
Or whenever this story was written, I mean, the economy is rough. It's really hard to buy groceries for yourself, yet alone feed another grown-ass man. I am not feeding a grown-ass man. I'm not paid enough for that. I'm not your father. You ain't my son. You ain't my brother. You ain't my compadre, my homie. If you can't buy your own food, then don't touch mine. I mean, we've all been in that situation.
Because he has the eye of the tiger.
He does have the eye of the tiger.
Are you sure about that?
And yeah, it's awkward, and sometimes maybe you might feel like an asshole. But dude, I mean, he's lucky he didn't f***ing poison him, honestly. I mean, he's really lucky he didn't get, like, poisoned or something.
Huh?
April Fool!
What did you do to my drink?
You
what?
You asked for a couple of ice cubes in your drink, so I put a lethal dose of cyanide in your drink.
He could have definitely done something dirty to that milk, and he wouldn't have even known.
First milk that is made without a cow. And these guys made it.
But, I mean, he deserved it. Definitely deserved. He's lucky it wasn't worse, and he got called out on stuff, and he's just mad at the other guy because he bought something for himself. Like, how can you get mad at somebody else buying their own groceries? Like, are you gonna start yelling at me for buying fruit roll-ups next, you know? You gonna be mad at me after, oh, I didn't buy the keto beer that you like, you hippie? Get a job. Cut your hair. Anyways, let's move on to our next trial. So, my 20-year-old daughter and her fiance are currently staying with us. I love my daughter, but she is very difficult and I can't stand her fiance. I give them a deadline to move out because I can't take this anymore. They get into a massive fight the other day while my wife was out. I guess a pair of my wife's underwear got him with their laundry and she thought he was cheating. I think the fact she immediately jumped to cheating shows how bad their relationship is. She was waving the underwear around and I recognized them because they had a floral print. But I just let this ridiculous fight go on. My wife came home after about 30 minutes and they said they were hers. My wife asked if I didn't realize they were hers and I accidentally laughed. My daughter burst into tears and won't talk to me. Her fiance said that we're screwed and left the house, but my wife thought it was funny. I think I've heard enough. This guy's definitely a dickhead. He's a dickhead. He's the asshole. End of story. I mean, this whole time, I don't really have to dive too much into this because I feel like it's pretty cut and dry. I don't know if he's the first asshole that we've had in these Reddit trial videos yet, but I mean, he had all the tools to stop this the whole time, no matter how he feels about the daughter or the fiance or whatever. He should have put that aside to be able to at least, you know, see that an innocent man isn't being prosecuted for something that he didn't even do. And him just sitting there and getting a big kick out of the whole thing. And I'm sure that after all this, at the end of the day, she's gonna want nothing to do with her dad. And yet alone probably her mom either, because apparently she thought it was quite funny too. I mean, at least she spoke up and she's like, oh hey, those are my disgusting panties. I mean, I guess that might give her a couple points back. People wonder why so many people get stuck in old folks' homes when they treat their kids like this and like, I'm a great parent. I'm sure your daughter wants nothing to do with you and you probably shouldn't be a part of her personal life. I'm not gonna sit here and ramble about it for too long. We're gonna move on to our next trial. So, I was out running errands.
I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready,
And I had a really big transparent bag of cans and I was gonna take the bottle drop in the bed of the truck. I stopped to get lunch first at a place with sub and way in the name. What a fucking nerd. Who the hell says that? Sub and way in the name. Oh gee, I wonder what the name of it is. I'm not going to tell you guys because if you don't know, you might be clinically special because YouTube doesn't like the other name that starts with a R. You know, Rudy. When I came back out, the bag of cans was gone.
Oh no, this can't be.
It's on the sidewalk. I pulled over and she clearly recognized my truck. I accused her of stealing the cans from my truck and she denied it. Until I said I was going to call the police and the restaurant I was at likely caught her theft with their CCTV.
Here do get a bit quirky at night.
Okay, let's stop right there. If you're gonna bust somebody for stealing your cans for like $10, or no, I'm sorry, that's a super high estimate, but it's probably more like $5 for a bag of cans. Like, how many bags of cans do you think this lady's lugging? It's not worth crashing out for $5 and going on a whole fucking Reddit website. I mean, if you own a truck, you probably have a new one, and you're paying like half of a mortgage payment for a house every single month just for your vehicle. So you're a broke boy, dude. Like, you're just petty. Like, who cares if some homeless person tweaking off drugs steals your cans? She could either admit that she stole the cans from me and return the cans, or I would call the cops. She got angry and told me the money was tight right now, and it was just a bag of cans. I kind of agree with her, but I told her that she couldn't get the steal from me and play the victim. So it was either return the bag or I would call the cops. She tried to say the cops wouldn't give a damn about the bag of cans, so I told her we should find out. You don't need to find out. I will tell you right now, these cops do not give a damn. They really do not. And you are tripping balls if you think that the cops are going to do anything like arrest this lady. And even if so, like, is it worth arresting somebody who's down on their luck? I was about to start dialing when she dropped the bag.
You stole it.
Please don't tell.
Oh, I'm telling.
Squidward, if Mermaid Man finds out, he'll kick me out of his vehicle for sure. Please don't tell.
Uh-oh. There's the phone.
No!
I'm walking towards the phone.
No!
I'm getting closer to the phone. And now, for the moment we've all been waiting.
Then told me to go F myself. She walked away ranting and saying I have no sympathy. I told my friends about this later, and one of their girlfriends absolutely went off on me. She went on a rant about how I didn't know what kind of situation that woman might have been in, which is true. I mean, if you're stealing cans, you probably aren't in the best financial situation in the world. So I should have just let her have the damn cans. We had a big argument and she left furious. I was pretty sure I was in the right before, but not anymore. Am I the asshole for forcing that woman to return the bags of cans she stole from me? Okay. As always, let's get one thing straight. This guy is definitely the asshole. I mean, maybe not everybody would agree with me, but I mean, what are you doing other than engaging in capitalism like everybody else in America? And oh my gosh, you put a little bit of effort and put your cans into the proper bin, and you actually decided to go through with it and go and get your $5.35 of money from your cans you're turning in from your one bag. Oh no, she took your cans. Like, that's so terrible, dude. You're a Donkey Kong player.
Pretty cool bananas.
You play Donkey Kong every day. I bet if some homeless lady steals your cans, just let her have them. But if somebody steals your cans, I'm sure it's not the worst thing in the world. It's definitely not a reason to go home and write a whole story for everybody to read. We're gonna move on. There's 2 edits. It says, for the record, the bag I had over $30 worth of cans in it. It was really big bag. That's a fucking cap.
Yankee with no brim.
That's a lie.
I have turned in bags several times, and I have turned in like 5 bags just straight full of cans, already separated everything, and I got like 15 bucks for it.
There's no way that you fit $30 worth of cans in one bag. I think this guy is a liar, and I think the story is fake.
He lied to me.
But apparently the second edit is, it was a huge transparent bag made for covering a mattress. So a lot of cans. This guy brought out the custom bag. This is a very special Gucci bag.
Never turning cans again. Goodbye.
Thank you all so much for watching, and congrats on making it to the end of the video. If you guys want more stuff like this, let me know down in the comments, or let me know what you guys liked, what you disliked, or maybe just what your favorite moments are. Anyways, this has been your humble host, your boy Henny, and I'll catch you guys next time.